Our next training pair are the father and son team of Paul and Nic Fyfield. Paul is no stranger to anyone that knows anything about boxing and kickboxing in this country, having trained fighters to 5 Australian and an incredible 14 world titles. His son Nic may not be a professional fighter, but anyone that saw that segment earlier in the year will know that he's no stranger to hard training. This week the boys are training back, so let's check it out.
When we train, we'll concentrate on back and biceps. We vary the weights all the time, but we're going through a little bit of a stage at the moment where we're doing a lot of drop sets, which are sets where you start at a high weight and do 8 to 10 reps, or as many as you can, depending on the weight you've got. And then as soon as you're exhausted on that, you drop the weight and you go again and you do that until you're exhausted. So you might end up doing 4 or 5 sets for one set. We'll start with warming up. We'll do some straight arm pull downs, warms your shoulders up, warms your lats up. Then we'll do some light pull downs, which also work your lats and shoulders and also your elbow joints.
So light pull downs?
Yeah, just to start.
You don't do anything light.
Then we'll do some lat pull downs where we go to a wide grip pull down, reasonably heavy weight where you can manage 8 to 12 reps. And as soon as you can't do that, then the other one will change the pin and drop it down in weight. As soon as you can't do that, then you'll drop it down again. It's a high repetition workout. For me, it helps reduce injuries. It was a good way to start training with Nic a long time ago. We used to do that because I didn't want him pushing heavy weights and getting injuries when he was developed. You know, now Nic likes to train a bit heavier every now and then, but because he outdoes me now, so I thought we'd do this today for camera, so he can't outdo me. These sort of workouts that I put on my boxers onto, you don't want them to get them too big and bulky. So we give them workouts that will give them strength and at the same time give them endurance. We'll do that for a couple of sets, then we'll go through a number of different exercises for our back. Some rear delt movements, which are all involved in the back. I'm pretty relaxed in most things. Some people say I'm relaxed when it comes to fighting as well. I'm relaxed in the corner when I'm talking to people. But as far as the attitude in their training, the training is more important. And they have to train hard when they're training. But when you're actually fighting, you have to be able to relax when you're fighting. When you come back to the corner, you have to be able to relax.
What he says is true, right? When someone's fighting and he's in the corner, yeah, well, he's really calm and relaxed and stuff. I've been there with him before. But when it actually comes to training, it's like someone's late or no one's putting in well, then they cop a spray. So yeah, around the house, calm. Training is when it becomes serious. Paul. I think anyone that's lived around Port at some stage would have a pretty good idea about food and stuff. I see everyone asking for advice, the right diets out, and yeah, I could pick up a lot of little bits and pieces. Like, I remember Paul telling me a story about just family reading the labels once when I was a kid, starting to take an interest. I didn't even know what I was looking at, just reading what was in it. The food that we would eat would be like probably frowned upon by a lot of people, like it was being a bit different. Instead of just like getting like the full chicken and stuff, you just look for the breast and stuff, like the leanest parts of the meat and the leanest steaks you can find, and just having some like just clean vegetables with it and stuff instead of just deep fried chips with it or things like that.
Yeah, Nic says that he's not as clean as me when it comes to eating, and yeah, in some respects he's not. If you buy some Heart Smart steak, for example, and you'll find Nic cutting the bits of fat off the edge. So he's a little bit ale too in some ways, you know, he says I'm the one. go on to biceps, which we'll probably just do 2 or 3. We'll do alternate dumbbell curls, maybe some hammer curls, maybe some reverse curls. These sort of workouts that I put on my boxers onto. This is a good training program for them because it is going to increase their endurance. Of course, they're going to get strength from it, and they're still going to get their heart and lungs pumping as well, so the cardiovascular aspect is a very good part of it as well. A lot of them have a martial arts background with no concept of weightlifting at all, so sometimes their technique is very bad. Sometimes they work on their biceps and chest predominantly because that's what people look at. They don't do enough explosive work, which is not in our particular workout this time, but they've got to go through a stage of doing explosive workouts, so they've got explosive power in their punches and kicks. For example, plyometric exercises where you'll do explosive jumps, bench press where you come down and you'll touch your chest with it, hold it for a split second and then push it up as quickly as you can. That sort of movement there is plyometric and explosive work, and that's very, very important for explosive power. You can do it with squats, you can do it with shoulder presses, you can do it with bench presses. Yeah. And some people will never ever have even heard of that, and they've been training weights for some time and been fighting for many years, and that's a very important aspect too.